So here we are, Chase Round 3 recap for the chase for the CalSpeed Championship. I'm your host, Patrick Britton. Got 3 wonderful, outstanding guests with us this week. Diego Morales on your left, Bruce Allen in the middle, Taylor Hayes on the right. All 3 chase drivers this season. All of them have, well, nowadays, ex-chase drivers. One of them is still in the chase. All have strong opinions. All raced last weekend at round 3 of the chase, round 11 for the Super Series as a whole. But we'll jump into it with kind of starting with the 4 drivers that advanced, who we definitely want to congratulate that are the last 4 drivers in it. So the best finisher among these 4 in the A-Main is going to be your 2015 Chase champion, and that is Logan Calvin, Wes Dent, Darren Mercer, and Taylor Hayes. So those 4 are going to be racing it out in a winner-take-all shootout in the A-Main in just a couple weeks' time. And we'll move into it as far as taking a look at what happened last round. There were, of course, 8 drivers still eligible heading into last round, 4 of which were eliminated. Going into the A-Main, 3 of them we knew were pretty much safe. That was Logan, Wes, and Darren. And that's because the way that it works heading up to this point in the chase is it's your points total for the day instead of just your A-Main finish. So Logan, Wes, and Darren all
They didn't explain that to me until I got there.
Oh, no? You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay. So
I was a little confused. I thought it was mano a mano.
So you thought you were putting all your eggs in the A-Main basket?
I was.
Oh,
I had no idea there was a points thing to this.
Well, yeah, it uses the CalSpeed points. So the top 4 in points on the day made it to the next round.
All right.
Whereas the final one, it's just A-Main.
Good to know.
So you just got to make it into the show. So somebody like John, who had that drive from 23rd or whatever it was up to 6th in the A-Main, probably would have advanced if it was just the A-Main. Actually, as I'm reading it, yeah, he would have. So you would have been.
Yeah, he would have been the fourth guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So heading into the A-Main, Logan, Wes, and Darren were pretty much secure, barring a catastrophe. Alyssa, Yanni, Taylor Hayes, and Diego Morales were all kind of that battle to get at that final spot. And then the long shots, the people who really needed a miracle was John Kimbrell and Bruce Allen. So we'll start with you, Bruce. You were in that long shot range. Obviously, you have more to race for than the chase, but not much more, right? I mean, the chase is your only goal, right?
I mean, the top 10 points would be kind of nice, but I mean, yeah, the chase is, it gives us something to shoot for. It's something fun. But
so, how was your mindset heading into the A-Main? Was that obviously it's always a go for broke because you were starting farther back than you'd like, but yeah. I mean, what was the thought there? Is hope that somebody else would stumble or try to force their hand?
Anymore, you can't hope for anybody to stumble. You just got to go out and haul ass, and hopefully 1 or 2 of them will wipe out along the way. The funny thing is I was well on my way until Diego bounced off the tires and came back across and got me. I had 3 seconds of thinking, cool, I'm in. Fuck, I'm out.
So take us back. What happened there?
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, you and Drew and Mark all got together. So I know there's some controversy around that.
Oh, yeah.
Feel free to jump in on that.
There's going to be a lot on that, but we'll get there.
I was literally right behind the whole thing, and Diego came across on the outside and just clipped the tires a little bit, and he came back out and just got me just enough, and it shut me down. I mean, it didn't take me out, but it was about 6-7 spots lost, so, no fault of yours. It's just some typical CalSpeed bullshit, but, what are you going to do?
Amen.
Diego, your thoughts on that? You mentioned that the A-Main you thought was all that mattered. So you went into that thinking probably that you had to be top 4 in the A-Main, which you were not heading into it. What were your thoughts? I mean, you were in the fight along with, Taylor and Alyssa. But did you have any idea on what you thought you needed to do, or were you just trying to chase the front like you always do?
Well, no, this time there was a real specific purpose, and I thought, I talked to Taylor before we took off, and I said, all right, what do I got to do? And, the idea was, I think, 4 or 5 positions in front of, Alyssa, and I thought, well, that's going to be a stretch. I mean, I'm in the Piranha pit, and I'm probably going to, get wiped out as it happened. But for a while there in the beginning, after the first disaster apocalypse crash, right. Taylor and I just scooted to the right, and we made some real good progress. And then I saw Alyssa, and then we got around her, and I thought, wow, okay, there's a shot at this. And
then she crashed.
although I didn't know that. And then I crashed. and then I'll just
So you guys just handed it to Taylor, like Alyssa and you just decided, here you go, Taylor. Like,
well, no,
you don't
no,
need to
that
fight for
wasn't
this.
the thought process, but let's mention a few more folks in this process, because there's a few more that need to get sucked in this conversation. Namely, my master's compatriot, Mark Connell, that I don't know what he was thinking, going 10 wide into the downhill off camber corner. I just happened to be at the wrong spot at the wrong time. I was just a little bit into Taylor's bumper. And all of a sudden, that little bit at the wrong time, right on the worst part of the downhill slidey stuff, just kind of fucked me into the tires.
We look at a cart and a half difference, and it's me in the tires instead of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was almost you making it through, really. I mean,
I was. My foot was on it, and I wasn't going to lift, and it was exactly how you would go through the corner, Patrick, and it was amazing. Because
it's a good thing, don't worry.
It's the first time that I've ever been eaten by the tires. I mean, I really felt those tires, those things are pretty vicious. I mean, you get in there and it just snaps you around and spits you out. I didn't realize that I took you out in that process. Sorry, man.
Shit happens.
Right? But, I then got right back on it. And, all right, then there's Bill Krieg and Alyssa's behind me and everything's a mess. And
you got passed by Bill Krieg after he went airborne?
I caught up to him.
That Delara cart's fast, even when it's off the ground. It's a fast son bitch. You got to look out for that.
So, okay.
But then I was pushing him like the entire lap. Like there was no bump to pass thing. I was literally on his bumper the entire lap after lap. So.
Yeah, I mean, here's a CalSpeed pro tip: is if you're not in the front pack or chasing the front pack,
do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah, as long as you don't kill somebody,
you can actually cut through a corner. I mean,
Well, ask Torsten if that works.
There's a
First time there was ever an Ironman, he cut all of horseshoe and got DQ'd.
And DQ'd. Wow.
The only person that finished behind him in that race was me. Mm-hmm. But I beat him because he got DQ'd.
Nice.
I finished last in the first ever Ironman, so yeah.
I did have to ask though, just out of curiosity, just because I did watch the Drew video, and not going to play the whole good teammate BS and all that, but just from the angle that I saw on Mark's, I mean, his nose is in there now, and I'm just curious because I can't really see you on the outside of that.
Yeah,
so this is where I'm kind of curious, is I know everybody's kind of shitting on Mark about the whole thing, and it's when you are the guy on the outside, naturally, yeah, you're probably going to be the one that everybody looks at. But if he's in there, and I'm kind of looking at his wheels as he's going through there, he's not over there trying to correct the wheel or anything. He's actually in there really smooth. I mean, just from your point of view, I mean, is that really something that's as negative as everybody's kind of viewing? Like I said, not playing favorites or anything. I'm just kind of curious if the guy's in there and he's not trying to counter steer or anything like that, and he's getting through smooth. I mean, is that...
You know what? If I was in his situation, I would have probably done the same thing.
Yeah.
The thing is that it's a choice. Really,
right?
Because there's no way the three of you are going to make it through there. So you're going to force the issue, and you know that it's going to be a little bit of a domino effect, and the outside person's going to get screwed. So do you do it? Do you hold back? I mean, I actually had kind of the exact same situation earlier on in the day with Sean and Ian in the beginning of a race, and I was the Mark Connell making that move.
Yeah.
Which was a little strange. But, so, that's why it was all good. I actually, the only reason why I say it's Mark is because someone told me. I was more focused on what Taylor was doing and what his car was sliding and crashing into me versus what the impact was against him. I figured, okay, somebody must have leaned on Taylor or something for that cart to kick out a little bit and cause me to go sideways. I didn't know who it was at the time. I just kept seeing the meatball flag, Mark doing one, and then another, and then I go by him, and I'm like, that's probably the guy. I hope that was the guy.
Yeah, that was
how it was in my mind.
Yeah, because Mark got the meatball flag and it said stop and go, and he did a drive-through.
Oh,
and,
is that why?
So they were like...
Master's problems.
Yes.
So
they're like...
Guilty as charged. I didn't even know what the meatball was when, in the prior race, the meatball was given, and I thought it was for me. And I thought, okay... I'll take a gamble. It must mean something, but it's not my cart number. And so And I actually leaned up and tried to look at my own cart number because senior, I
The
don't know.
steering
what
wheel
I'm
has numbers on
I know.
it.
They told me that after. Clearly, I'm not paying attention
None.
at all.
We do all these things
Yeah.
to make it easier for you old folks.
Yeah, is CalSpeed,
is that why
is
you're
the
doing
Masters
them?
class actually going to be sponsored by LensCrafters next year? Is this happening?
No, Jared
Is this-
Hall.
Yep.
For sure. It's the Jared Hall Masters.
So, moving on to your day, Taylor. Is,
Nice question.
I was just curious.
No,
yeah,
that was a good one. I
You
like
started, I think, behind Alyssa, right? And right next to Diego in the A main?
Yes, and I started the day qualifying like 50th, something like that. So I knew it was going to be a big climb from there.
Yeah. And then the heats you recovered pretty well and started, what was it, around 13th or so in the A main ish?
12th, I believe, yeah, because I
Okay.
was on the outside.
Okay.
So I believe 12th.
So you were pretty close to both of the people you knew you had to be near, as far as getting through the next round of the chase. So you got around Alyssa in a move that she found slightly controversial, going through turn 4 backwards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of contact there, but you got through, all was fine. And then you never saw her again, I don't believe, after that.
The only time I saw her was coming around and seeing her in the tires.
Right.
That's the only time I saw her.
So once you knew that Diego had gotten in the tires because you were kind of in the middle of that mess. You knew that Alyssa had gotten the tires after you saw her. At that point, did you start to worry about maybe John making up too many points on you because of his run through the field? Or were you pretty much like, hey, I got this. I just need to have a solid finish?
Early on, I mean, I saw Diego fairly early on coming into carousel as I was coming out, so I knew something had to happen there. I saw Alyssa's deal, and I got up to I believe 6th, the first cart from that lead group, and I'm just rocking off lap times. The cart's running great, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I started having a fuel pickup issue, if some air got in the line or something. That's when I started to worry because I lost 2.5 seconds on one lap.
Oh, really? I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
That because I had cleared that whole group, was running away from them, and then that happened, and Jose and John got back to me. And I knew that John started pretty far back in the field, that if I at least stayed in contact with them, I'd probably be all right, which the cart came back to probably 85 to 90% of what it was in the first 5 or so laps. So fortunately, I was able to hang on enough with him just to stay with him.
Yeah, and I ended up obviously working out that even though, John did end up making it up to 6th in the A, it wasn't enough to make up his heat races on the day, and you did transfer through to the next round.
So you actually had no incentive to prevent me from going into the tires, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who would? Who would care if you go in the tires? I mean, you more than
I
anybody.
cared.
So before we go on to the next part, which will be picking the finishing order for the chase, which we'll try to get it in order, each of us for, we want to move on to a special segment that I don't think we have a name for it yet, but it'll be we were going to call it the Bruce Allen Hour of Questions and Answers, but I'm going to point these at each of the three of you, depending on who I think will give the best answer to it. So, Bruce, a lot of them will go your way, but I don't want to give you all the fun either. So,
It's a lot of bullshit is what it is.
I'm going to start with this one that was asked by one Brad Packard, and I'm going to point this at you, Diego.
Of course.
And it says,
My good friend Brad.
from Brad, it says, does Brad's absence from the series make it A, highly enjoyable, 2, or B, insanely enjoyable, or C, the equivalent of firing high-powered weaponry while climaxing into a pool full of money while high on ecstasy? Or D, your own answer.
What the fuck did he just say?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Brad being gone from CalSpeed, how would you describe that?
Brad who?
Say no more. Bruce, I'm going to aim this next one at you. Whose tattoos would win in a fight, yours or Wes Dent's?
I got numbers on Dent. Fuck his shit.
All right. Fair. Let's see what else we got here. All right, this one's for Taylor. Sergio Serrano asked, by the way, that tattoo question was asked by, what was that, Sean Beer? Yeah, Sean Beer.
Of course it was.
This next one's for Taylor. This was asked by Sergio Serrano. Why is Bruce Allen such an asshole?
Why is that?
I don't know. Because you hate Tool.
Well,
That's your best answer?
do you hate Tool?
I don't like Tool very much.
Are they better or worse than Van Halen?
Oh, worse.
Oh, come on.
Worse.
Where's Van Halen on a scale of 1 to decent?
Phenomenal.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Van Halen makes me want to kill myself.
Get on it.
All right. I'll ask this one to Diego because he's probably, I don't know. Tom Zevin asks, God, we're going to ask this. What's faster, the terminal main straight velocity of a Sodi sport cart going on Grande counterclockwise or the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? What's faster, a go-kart or a fucking bird?
The fucking bird.
I'm going to ask this next one to all three of you guys one at a time. I'll start with you, Bruce. Who's the number one guy you absolutely hate in Super Series? Doesn't have to be a driver. Can be an
I'm
official.
curious to see about the answer on this one.
Man, hate is such a strong...
asking-
Wait, can we extend the list to beyond one?
Sure, yeah. Give me a list of who you
good.
hate.
Yeah, that'd be better.
This is going to be for all three of you. I'll start with Bruce.
Well, hate's a really strong word.
Yeah.
Do we want to go with dislike?
On the track, right?
Yeah, on track or off track?
Hey,
'Cause-
you use your own criteria for
Okay.
this. It can be that dude at the front gates that gives you the shifty eye when you drive in. It can be the people in the front auto club office that call me Sam Hornish. It can be whatever you want.
He calls you Sam Hornish. I fucking love that guy.
The president of Auto Club Speedway calls me Sam Hornish.
God, I'm sending him a Christmas card.
Do it. He deserves it. He has to deal with a lot of bullshit.
You know what? Taylor, you go ahead and take this one. I need to think about this really long and fucking hard. It's a list, dude. It's a fucking list.
Yeah,
it's a
you
list.
just got to start rattling them off. I think we got to start with Mike Smith for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
I
no
actually
doubt.
like Mike to a degree. I
On
actually,
the track?
To a degree.
Yeah.
you know what? No, I've never gotten a penalty.
Well, you've never raced
gotten.
You've never
You never raced
raced
against Mike,
with
though.
him.
Oh, you mean physically racing? him?
Yes.
Oh, he's a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Only
He's a
person
dick.
worse is Casey Cook.
Yeah.
Casey's a shit.
Cook's a fucking.
Casey's a shit.
No, I like Casey, but on track, what a fucking prick, dude. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with Casey and Mike. Fuck them. Sorry. So there's my black flag next round.
Yeah, you're doomed.
Taylor, you
We're
got
all
anything to
doomed.
add?
I'm doomed anyway.
Yeah, let me think on that for a sec.
Oh, come on. Just
All
spill
right,
it.
Diego, come on. All right, now put up.
What? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You already said Mike. We got that.
All right. Well, I don't hate anybody, but on the track, there are some folks that just,
We're all on the same
I
page.
really, so I'm going to start.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Mike Kai.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
man, anytime on the track, he's the one guy that just makes my hair stand up. And it's like, oh God, it's going to be on. Let's see. Probably, and I'm gonna reach back with some names here, but Torsten always bugs the crap out of me.
No doubt there. He gave me quite the hospital bill.
Yeah, and Hubcap's always a pain in the ass.
Not
Yeah.
around him too much lately.
I'd have to say probably, although that's changed a little bit, maybe Ian and Mark Connell. They just, but I love them off the track, but when I get on the track with them, then it's, it's World War III.
We all have those people that we like on track, hate off track.
Yeah.
Or
And then
opposite,
there's
yeah.
you, Patrick.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm on the track with you, man.
Logan told me the same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Logan. There's another one.
I'm-
He's a
I always go through my phases. I mean, I've had the Jarrett phase, I've had the Wes phase, I've had the Miles phase.
You had the EJ McKinney face
That's true. I had the EJ McKinney phase as well.
and his dad.
That's true. And his dad, and to a point, his mom too. So
yeah.
Had the whole family.
I mean,
good.
the
Piss them all
mom
off.
was
All
more
right.
intimidating than any of them, to be
Right.
fair. Yeah, but I mean, the grudges
too
don't
funny.
stay.
No, they
You just have your 3 or 4 month little phases, and then it goes away.
yeah.
All right. The next question. Whoever wants to take this one. This is from Vince Burke, I think. Where did that go?
This will be gold.
Yeah, you think so, right? Where did that go? It was here somewhere. I'm trying to scroll through my phone. I didn't do any prep.
Even
there it is.
Facebook doesn't want you to ask this shit.
Yeah. This is from Vince Burke. He goes, if all drivers and also Patrick, me, had a battle royal, why would it come down to Sean and Patrick? Sean fight.
Have you seen him drink beer? Why else wouldn't it come down to him?
Okay. And I'm going to expand on that. As how do you think it would end?
Him drunk in a bush somewhere?
Well, that was me.
Well, that goes both ways.
Yeah. Did you see the Snapchats of me on Halloween?
No.
Is that how you
Was
ended
it-
up with your finger?
No, but that's what most people think.
Oh, okay.
I started slamming beers into my wall to break them open and shotgun them, and then I fell into my tree. And then Cameron Jocelyn gave me a people's elbow onto my tree. You should look it up. People have videos.
I'm going to be finding this.
Yeah, it's pretty gold. Try to find the videos. All right. Let's see. Did we get through? Oh, this one's good. This one's from Jason Collins. I'm gonna ask this to Diego.
Okay.
Diego, in a hot dog eating contest, who would swallow more wieners, Bruce Allen or Mike Smith?
Leave it to Collins to ask some shit like this.
I'd have to say probably Mikey.
Okay.
Mikey would be the wiener king.
Good night.
Sorry.
All right. I think that'll pretty much do it. We'll end on that note with the question session. Do want to say hi to TA who asked how much does this guy hate when you guys break my shit? And TA, we don't care, but we love you anyways. Is the answer to that, right?
That's right. Hey, I didn't break anything in that one, so you know.
No, but
I
Bill
saved
Krieg
it.
and Sergio broke enough shit to go around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you see how much shit flew off the engine on Sergio's cart?
Yeah.
Like when
That
Bill's
was-
landed on it? Oh my god. There was just parts and pieces all over the track. All right, so we'll finish this
Does
up.
anybody have a video of me going into the tires?
I haven't seen it.
Is that invisible?
I mean,
Drew's
both.
is the only one.
Yeah,
That's the
both
only one.
Mark and
Yeah.
Drew have video, but you can't see behind it.
Yeah.
So.
What a shame.
I'll keep looking for you. All right,
What a
last
shame.
I can tell you it sucked. That's all I know.
Oh, well.
last one here is going to
It
be
wasn't good for me either.
to pick the finishing order for the final four here. Reminder: it is Logan, it is Darren, it is Wes, and it is Taylor. It's picking the order they're going to finish. Again, it's based just off A main finish, right, Taylor? There's no bonus points or anything like that.
Yes, the finale is just a main finish.
So yeah, you have to make the A main, and
Yep.
then from there it's straight up winner take all in that one. So I'll start with that, and kind of let you guys go around here. So I think somebody's going to come out of the box big. I don't think Logan's going to get this one. I think that he's going to be racing probably in it with a checkers or wreckers attitude because he's already got the Super Series overall championship. So I don't think he's going to. I think in this case it's going to end wreckers for him. I think he's going to have a bad day in a couple weeks' time.
Well, it's going to be hard for him to start the race with slashed tires in the first place. So
So I'm going to actually go with Darren, who I believe won it last year,
Yep.
to go back to back. I believe Logan's going to finish second because I think he's going to get too busy racing with somebody. I think Taylor's going to be third. And then I think Wes is going to be fourth. Still have a good day, but I think I think these four are going to be probably four of the top five, personally, in some sort of order. I think it's going to be that close, and it's going to be super dramatic. But I think it's going to be Darren, Logan, Taylor, Wes in that order. Diego?
Is this next round the last race of the championship?
Yes, this is round 12.
Okay, just checking.
Thanks.
One prediction is none of them are going to make the A main, for various reasons. But I assuming that's not the case, then
Well, if they're not all in the A, it's still in the B.
Winner of the B main wins the chase.
You can still have it's
the
whoever.
greatest B main ever.
Oh, that'd be the best. I hope you all
I
just
think
don't
we
show up to
should
the
kind
heat.
of suggest that as long as there's not other championship implications, which at this point are sort of minor to the whole thing, right? Let's see. I don't know. I guess, I'd have to say Logan would probably be on top only because he's been so successful and
It's a safe bet.
at CalSpeed. That's his thing, that he dominates there. Next, I'm going to put Darren. Understands the chase pressure.
He needs to win
Been there
something this year.
before. Yeah, although I don't know, it could be close. I think it'll be between him and Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be duking it out, and mano a mano, whether they both take each other out and then continue racing and take each other out again,
Yeah.
something like that.
And then Wes is just
And then
out there plowing fields.
Wes is in the B main,
Damn.
struggling that he didn't get through.
Jeez. Guy that's third in points.
Because I got into the B main on purpose to make sure he wouldn't get in. So
Dude's
no, I'm just kidding.
That's some malicious bullshit right here.
I'm just kidding. But it got to stir up the pot, right? I mean,
I like that I've got to
we
get
got
over and
the
fly
helicopter
over.
coming up.
Like 10 feet above my roof, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like being in Palmdale again, man. I feel at home.
Go the fuck away. Jesus Christ. I hope that this picks up in the friggin' audio.
We'll wait.
Oh yeah, the friggin' audio meter is
it?
pegged on the camera.
We'll wait. This is good.
I think the spotlight's coming down.
Welcome to Growler Grove.
Okay.
Get
All right.
stabbed on set. This will be fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, look at that guy running. Yeah.
Is he homeless? Because if he is, they'll kill him soon. Don't worry.
All right.
Bruce Lee?
Next.
Wes fucking Dent.
Weird.
All right.
Who could have foreseen that?
I'm gonna go against the grain. Wes will make the A main.
Okay.
I mean, with 2 wins this year, it's not exactly a
grain.
throw, you know? It's not a Hail Mary.
I really swung for the fences on that.
Right.
No, I think Wes is gonna go for it. I mean, it's championships wrapped up. That was kind of his goal from the get go. That's not attainable now. So now he's got something to swing for, and
What's his goal at the start of the year championship? Because that's ballsy.
I don't know about the start of the year, but about 3 races in, he was
Yeah.
pretty fucking confident. So,
He was winning a lot then, too.
He could still finish second in points, too.
yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
had a string going for a while. I think he won a heat race in every race since Grands last year.
It was up until Grands, and then Grands happened. And
Yeah, year-long streak's pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Wes on that one. I think, and it's not because he's sitting next to me, but I think Taylor's gonna get second on it. And I think Logan and Darren, pick them, whichever one will be third and fourth.
Yeah. Taylor, you want to shock us with your pick?
As much as I'd like West to be main because it would give me a shot at third overall in points, I don't see it happening. But going back to a clockwise direction, I think it humanizes him a little more.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty unreal going counterclockwise. All year he's been that way.
Counterclockwise sucks. I mean, good for him.
Everybody gets lucky at some point.
Counterclockwise sucks.
I'm gonna go with Darren.
What?
Hey, I don't like betting on myself. And plus, I've so far showed this last 2 rounds how flawed a real chase is, being just good enough and watching some wrecks happen to make it through.
See,
all the wrecks.
I expected him to pick himself because then we would have had out of the 4 of us, we each would have picked a different
Right.
person.
Yeah, that would have been more exciting.
But then that happened.
Yeah, well.
I'm gonna go with Darren, myself, then Logan, then Wes.
All right. I didn't expect that.
Darren and I fighting,
Throwing
if not
helmets.
for the podium, for the A main win, us possibly wrecking each other and giving it to Logan.
Punching each other in the infield with helmets.
Maybe.
You'll be playing the part of Cale Yarborough.
Except we'll actually take helmets
That's
off.
the only thing that's missing this year.
Is a fight?
Is a little fight. Some, even if it's just
It's still early.
Get Vlad Orlov
yeah,
back.
there's still an opportunity.
Yeah, is Vlad's suspension up?
Not yet. Not
Much
till
for
the
the
end of
fight.
the year. So yeah, that's the predictions. And last thing I'm told is that T4 has a little announcement that they want to make.
I heard that Bruce did, so...
Well, I've heard there's both. I've heard that Arkham has an announcement and that T4 has an announcement.
I want to hear the T4 one.
Yeah.
You want to hear the T4 one?
Yeah.
Let's hear the T4 one.
Yeah, let's hear the T4 one.
Oh, we just decided that we would go ahead and announce Machismo teams now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. So the pro team's still up in the air. There will be a support from T4 on a pro team
Okay.
of likely out-of-town drivers. And we've got, right now, 2 super sport teams, both gambling with a 2-man program.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Myself and Adam Nagao. And we have Chris Huerta and Aaron Scott right now.
Interesting.
Yes. With a 3rd team to be announced.
We know that Aaron Scott could probably run 11 hours and 30 minutes of the race by himself.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
So Chris will get his 30 minutes of fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like a couple of years ago when we had, when I was running, I think with you and Darren and Matt
Yeah.
in the pro class, I think it was. And I was in the cart and I was trying to get somebody's attention in the pit lane and everybody was like sleeping. So Chris comes out in the pit lane wearing his helmet and his suit and he wasn't on the team. And he's like waving up and down. He's like, I'm ready. Put me in. And I'm like, no, I need my lap times. That was pretty funny. The Arkham announcement?
Well, we'll keep it small. We got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. But, Pat, we really, really hope that your hand is healed up in time to come drive with us for Machismo, buddy.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think the hand will probably be ready.
Hey, spider bites. That doesn't stop anybody.
No. Yeah, it should be good to go. I got to go see the hand physician in a couple weeks. But, yeah, that's it. I'll be racing with Arkham.
You just need that motion.
The beer motion?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got that. I can still...
Yeah, we can Velcro that shit on there, duct tape. I mean, cart swap's going to be a pain in the ass.
Has
but,
the rest of the
we
team
can,
been announced yet or not yet?
It's going to be myself, Patrick, Justin Tolman, Andrew Wood, and a possible surprise guest.
I didn't know about the surprise
Possible.
guest. I thought I was a surprise guest.
Possible. You're one of them.
Okay.
It's up in the air. It hasn't been confirmed yet,
Okay.
but it's very, very likely.
Boris said.
No.
So
Hell no.
yeah, that'll be that'll be fun at Machismo. And on a related note, I'll be running the Super Series next year too.
Are you really?
Come out and say that. Yeah, you know what? I will be sticking.
What changed?
With
you said you weren't going to do it.
when?
I don't know. Some point you said, forget it.
No, I'm decided not to do the Ironmans. I'm going to be coming back to the Super Series next year because you've all pissed me off so much.
Nice. That was the goal.
And
It
worked.
Mission.
want to try to take it to Logan. And I will be doing it under the Arkham banner next year. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll see how that goes. But we'll find out how this year ends in 3 weeks' time. I think it'll be 2 weeks from the time this gets released for the final round of the chase. And God, then we've got the banquet. Then there's the after party at Collins' house. Who knows after that?
Or is there anything being filmed over there? Are we going to do a wrap up?
Yes.
You have to.
So
yeah.
the podcast is coming to Collins' house. So we probably will film. That's up to Huerta. If he wants to do a wrap up, we will. But we will definitely be doing an episode of Growler Garage there at the post banquet. So it'll probably be a combined thing in reality. It'll be an actual official Growler Garage podcast, but we'll probably frame it as a Super Series recap season. Full disclosure, we'll be drunk off of our asses by that point. But I got my producer Matt. He lives right up the street from Jason Collins, actually. So
nice.
He'll be there to keep things moving in the correct direction, and look forward to that. I would guess look for that probably the beginning of December. I would think is probably when that would come out. Thanksgiving time. Look for it during Thanksgiving. So that'll do it for the round 3 of the chase wrap up. I want to thank our guests, Diego Morales, Bruce Allen, Taylor Hayes. Taylor Hayes, best of luck to you coming up here in the 4th round of the chase. Diego nodding yes, he'll help you.
Good
Bruce
luck,
saying
Nate.
no, he won't.
We'll talk about the money afterward.
And I'll be looking forward to bringing all the action. Everybody is my last race as the announcer at CalSpeed. And as anything even remotely.
It's all going to go
an employee.
downhill after that.
Yeah, I know. You're going to get chapped
Better to
back.
be on the other side.
Well, that's the thing is I felt bad because I'm like, man, who's going to announce this shit now?
Yeah.
He's going to get chapped back.
It's going to be a lot to announce when you
Yeah, Mr. Excitement.
pull the shenanigans that
My middle name is Jimmy
you're...
Spencer.
Yeah. Send it. Send it, Patrick.
See, I should have put that on my suit somewhere. It just says send.
Giant send it. Yeah. That would be
Except
awesome.
Putting send it on the ass would probably not be good.
Yeah.
No.
Do that.
No.
That with a picture of your thumb broken thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in a constant state of thumbs up. I would get up and show the camera, but fuck it. Whatever. Go on my Facebook if you want to see it. So, thank you guys for coming by. Sorry that you have to do so much editing, Chris. I don't feel bad at all. Enjoy your Kings game
I don't
and not
care.
being here.
Fuck you, Chris.
So, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you soon. And make sure to also check out Growler Garage, growlergarage.net if you want to see people get really drunk and talk about cars and then bullshit about nothing. So, thanks again for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
All right, we're back because we forgot to do something important here, which was answer the one question that Huerta wanted us to answer, which, fuck you, Chris. If you wanted to answer, you should have been here. But Andres Prieto asked us a question on there. which is actually the only legitimate question, the only actual like CalSpeed question, which was when you're behind somebody, paraphrasing here, when you're behind somebody, how do you decide if you want to push them, work with them, move them to the front, or if you want to pass them and try to just get away from them? How do you make that decision? This is for all of you guys.
That's a good question. Taylor?
The first thing I do is base it off of how our carts look. If I'm sitting behind someone and feel like I've got a little more cart and I can only push them for so long before they're warning me not to push them anymore, I'll jump to the front and drag them along with me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for me it's kind of the same. It's like you're noticing as the A main begins or a heat race or whatever, you're noticing, oh right, that chair's in the way. You're noticing if that cart's been moving forward, that driver's been making passes going through the field, or if they've come back to you. If they've come back to you, you pass them. At least for me. If I'm 10th, they started 5th, and I'm now 8th, and they're coming backwards to me, unless it's very obvious that something weird happened, like they got the tires, they got moved by somebody. If they've just been falling backwards to the field, I'm not working with them. I gotta go. They're going backwards for a reason. Whereas if that person is moving forward kind of with me, and then I finally get to the rear bumper, I'm going to keep working with them, and move them to the front because both of our carts are clearly decent, and it's time to move forward. That's the way I look at it. Diego, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think my general philosophy is that if they're not trying to make every move possible, trying to go as fast as humanly possible, I'm going to try and pass them as fast as I can. And
yeah.
I mean, that's been to my detriment. That's what I do. But in some cases where I need to do something strategic, then I'll immediately start, pushing them as hard as I can.
Yeah, it's usually pretty obvious if they have a plan.
Yeah.
Or if they're just riding.
Right.
And some people mistake helping with riding, and it's not the same.
No, you always want to overtake no matter what. But at the same time, I mean, I think the difference is if none of those, obvious scenarios come up, and it's just like you started out and you're both just following each other. The question is, do you try and push if it's so close, or do you just?
Yeah, I mean, for me on lap 1, it's you go on lap 1. I don't care who it is,
right?
Because if they've got a great cart. Great, get them behind me.
Yeah.
Let them push me.
Right.
Once the race is settled out, that's when you really have to think about it. I mean, Bruce, do you have different thoughts on that? Or?
No, I mean, just really kind of a combination of what all three of you guys said. If they're not helping you, they're hurting you, you get by them. But yeah, I mean, generally I can kind of tell pretty quick if the cart in front of me is a little bit better, or if the driver has a little bit of a better line, if it's something I can use, I'll use them. If I'm not gaining anything off it, or I'll go against the grain. If it's somebody I really don't fucking like, I'm going by them. So regardless,
those people exist that you just don't want to work with.
Well, what I'll do is
absolutely.
I'll push them for a while to make them think like, and then I'll just take them, when they're not paying attention.
And that's real life. Sometimes if somebody's kind of looking over their shoulder and kind of looking for that confirmation of like,
go, hey,
you're like, then
great.
then you pass them next
Right.
quarter. I've done that to John a lot of times.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and you've got that trust issue too, because there are going to be a lot of the more experienced guys like John, Diego, Logan, people like that know and can predict what you're going to do.
Right.
If you've got a guy that's 1 or 2 years in, maybe, that's pushing you around the track, doesn't know necessarily if your breaking point's the same as their breaking point,
right,
and are trying to push you around the track and just start pushing you into the corner instead, it's really hard to be the one leading there.
Yeah, and vice versa. If you're the one pushing and you're getting on them at certain points that are, slightly more advanced, I guess, like pushing somebody through silk.
Right.
Most people can't handle being pushed through silk.
Or they get angry about it.
Yeah, but there's some people that if you push them through silk, there's a lot of time to be had there because it's just same as pushing at the top end of the main straightaway. And if they can handle it, man, you can make up a lot of time there. But if they start looking behind, putting their hand up, I'm not working with you anymore.
Yeah. There's another strategy too, which is the knowing that the two of you could make a move and get by somebody together. So like, I think it was Chris Huerta the other day. He was kind of looking back at me, and he made some sort of a hand signal that I knew exactly what he was talking about. I'm like, okay, let's go do this. And then we executed it. And so reading those subtle looks and hand signals is another part of it too, because you're working with that guy, and if or girl, and you can communicate that.
Yeah, there's very few people that do that, and you nailed on something. That's one of the very few things that Chris is good at. And if you want me to tell you the short list, Chris, call me, because I'll tell you the other few things you're good at. It's not very many.
Very few.
It's pointing, like you're basically saying, I'm going to make the move here. Give me a few corners.
Right.
Follow me through, and then we'll sort it out. But he's one of those guys that does that. John does that. Logan does that. I think most people sitting here do that. And but most people don't pick up on that. It's like if I point over in turn 4 as we're heading down the back straightaway, a lot of people are going to look at me and go, what's over there? And whereas I'm trying to say, like, hey, that person is vulnerable in 4. They're leaving the door open, or they suck going up the hill, whatever. Or it'll be something simple as you're heading up the hill, kind of through those little kinks, and you kind of point left to say, like, this is where I'm going. It's a different point, though. It's not the, like, hey, point where you're pointing somebody by. It's the, hey, we're about to go this way, right? Like, it's subtle.
Yeah, very subtle.
But
you could read those cues.
Right.
You'll be better off.
And that's the little stuff you can't teach.
Yeah. Or then you do the opposite, knowing that an experienced guy is behind you and he's going to be reading the cues. You throw him off, and you do a cue that makes it look like you're going to do something, but then you do something else.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's part of the deal. Is I've talked to a lot of people. Especially when I was doing some coaching at CalSpeed, is like, well, how do you know when to make the move and when not to? And it's kind of like, well, you can't teach that.
Yeah.
It's like you come out here and you either understand how racing is at CalSpeed, or nobody really comes right off the right out there and picks it up instantly, because it's so different. But people either pick it up within a few months, or they just kind of don't.
I now realize why Andres was asking this question, by the way.
Because he's trying to learn.
No, because he was racing in a blue suit.
Oh.
And so he had this weird day where everyone was crashing into him, taking him out and whatever. And he's like, no one's working with me. And I'm like, well.
Yeah, he's got to get a suit.
Well, if he's not dive bombing me in the corner, I'm going to work with him. I mean, that's the thing. I knew who I was racing with, but, and that's the thing is I trust you, buddy. But when you dive bomb me into the corner like that, yeah, I'm going to work with you so much.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
It just depends on the move. I mean, that's the thing. It's nothing personal against him, because I've worked with him at Grands many times, and it's turned out just fine. Just depends on the day. I mean, if you do something, and I won't really judge the moves that the drivers do by, what they did 3 months ago, 6 months ago. I kind of judge it by that day. So, I mean, if you come out there, you have some guys on certain days that are way more aggressive. I mean, championship implications, points, whatever. For whatever reason, they come out there and they just go a little harder. If they're going to do stuff like that and it's going to cost me time, or vice versa, yeah, I'm not really going to work with them in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Had nothing to do with the suit. I mean, I could care less if it's a custom suit, blue suit. I don't care. Custom suit, cool. But
there's two different sides to that. As part of it is the South American style, as I call it, that Andreas has, and he's
no. Wait a minute.
What?
Colombian style.
No, it's South American.
No, Brazilian's different. Colombian.
Christ.
Come on.
Now we're picking pepper out of fly shit.
All I know is the Argentinian style is the worst of all of them. But there's a certain style that the South Americans have, and the credit to the South Americans who run at CalSpeed is most of them have picked up on that CalSpeed inherently is you have to work with somebody type of atmosphere. But every once in a while, I see it come out where they go into business for themselves and just screw people, like, in the worst way. Like, doesn't even help them sometimes. Like, they just, like, I see things happen. Diego, you don't do it too much because you've been racing here in the Americas for a while now, so you get it.
Yeah.
But there's some of your compatriots who your continent men.
Yes.
That don't quite get it sometimes.
Yeah, they go nuclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been known to do that a time or two too. But
well.
But the blue suit, there's something to that. And you can ask Darren Mercer about that also, because he did a Friday practice where he ran full rental gear. Mm-hmm. And I did that at Grands on the final day of practice, where I went out in full rental gear and I just jump into the packs with people. And Andres is right. Like,
such a difference.
People don't race you the same. And it's funny because some people will look at the helmet of the person that are behind to tell who it is, which is what I do. But some people look at the suit, which I never would have expected, that some people judge who they're racing with by their suit. They know my suit, they know your suit. Well,
the
Taylor
suits
Bruce's.
have gotten really kind of crazy.
But you can't hardly see the
I mean,
suit.
look at
I
Bruce.
find it weird that people would ever say, "Oh, that's Bruce. Look at his suit," or "That's Diego. Look at his suit."
Yeah.
Because people change suits, and you can hardly see the damn.
Well, the Arkham team, they all look the same. So
Yeah, you're gonna find out real quick next year in an Arkham suit how much different they race you, bud. You're gonna love the fuck out of it. Trust me.
Well, don't worry.
All right, here's a suggestion.
I'll remind them of something.
Let's take a whole bunch of top guys and just throw rentals on them. So
Oh, that would
nobody
be-
can tell.
I'll jeans and jacket that shit
just
all day.
go out,
Sign me up.
and mix it up with the
Sign me
rest
up.
and see how it goes.
Okay, that's a brilliant idea, and here's
Okay.
where I'm going with this. Is I've always wanted to do an all-star race at CalSpeed, which is like, the NASCAR all-star race where you get the top 30 out there,
Yeah.
basically. The legitimate top 30, a
Right.
normal A main.
Yeah,
But
like
that
everyone
adds,
except Taylor in this group.
Right.
Yeah.
That adds an extra twist to it, though, because it's always kind of like, well, shit, all you've got is an A main at that point. Who really cares? Everybody wears identical stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or everybody wears someone else's.
Well, that would be funny. But I think it'd be hilarious that if there's no teams, there's no nothing. You don't know who anybody is.
Right. That would be awesome.
It would be.
That would be epic.
Because you'd.
Dark visors, the whole 9
They
yards.
hand us some like Converse shoes or
Yep.
something. Mechanics wear gloves, the blue
Skechers.
Sparko suits, and then whatever.
That'd be pretty good.
That would be
That's
good.
Pretty good.
All right, this is a challenge. Everyone out there, let's do it.
Yeah, because you know what? We could do it at CalSpeed for the same price as Super Series.
That's right.
We can get the top 30, and we tell them rental gear sometime in December, end of December. Mm-hmm. We'll have ourselves a Christmas race. Then we'll go get fucking drunk afterwards.
Isn't it the other way around?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm super down.
I think
for
that's a really good idea.
this. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'm in.
See what happens.
So I'm gonna keep this rolling for the fun of it.
The director's cut.
But Chris,
Now is when we get into the fucking serious shit.
yeah, I'm gonna stop it and then start again just so that it's split.